Yo, Lito Lolo coming back down to Earth here, and this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be an impromptu video because I feel like the situation needs to be talked about and needs to be addressed, and that is the David situation. If you guys do not know who David is, he's a very popular singer slash songwriter who got very big on TikTok with this song Here With Me. I'm pretty sure you guys heard it. It's a very big song that garnered mainstream success. I would say that he's a very big internet personality who has done collaborations with other streamers like Pokimane and Jason the Ween. I don't know if you guys heard of them, but they are very popular in the streaming world. Now, prior to this incident, he seemed like a very regular smuggler guy, I would say, right? He kind of gave me XXXTentacion vibes, kind of in that category where he just seemed a little bit offbeat and off-putting, but it was more of like that artistic direction that he wanted to take his music in. That's kind of the vibe I got out of it. But nonetheless, there was a dead body found in his abandoned Tesla that was found on a public street that was then impounded, where sources said that there was such a foul odor in the vehicle that officers had to come to check it out, where they found a dead body in the front truck of the vehicle. Now, they found the body in the bag, and they saw that it was a female in a state of decomposition. Now, they described the female to have wavy black hair, about 5'2", and weighing approximately 71 pounds, which is severely underweight, especially after you find out how much she weighed when she was reported missing. They also found a tattoo on her right index finger that said "shh," which is going to be very weird when I get into the details later, and I'm sure if you're watching this you already know. Now, when this news came out on September 8th, I saw the discourse on the internet, specifically X, where people were kind of conflicted on which side they wanted to go on, right? Some people immediately saw him as a suspect or as the individual that murdered her, while the other side was like, well, we need more evidence to come to a conclusion. I was more on the right side because I think you are innocent until proven guilty, and just because you had a body in an abandoned vehicle that you own does not necessarily mean you did it, especially after sources had said that another body was found at a nearby impound lot. That kind of, although those two were not connected in any way, you can see how people can have easy access to putting a body in an abandoned trunk in a random impounded lot, if you catch my drift. Now, I didn't want to speculate too deeply into this situation without more evidence being brought to the surface, because I didn't want to pin it on one person and draw these very outrageous conclusions when we really didn't have much to go off of until today, ladies and gentlemen. On September 17th, 2025, we finally get information about who this young girl was, as California investigators have ID'd the young teen as Celeste Rivas, a 15-year-old girl that has been missing since April of 2024, and she was only 13 at the time of her disappearance. And this is where things get really weird, because guess what? The singer did have a connection slash relationship with the missing girl. And I mean, not only is that weird, because she is unfortunately a victim of murder, but also due to the fact that he was 18 when she was 12. As we can see, Discord logs going back as far as 2022. Look at these Discord logs. 2022, where he is conversing with an underage minor in middle school. As we see David say in these Discord logs on 10/24/2022, Celeste in here? And Celeste says, "Hi David, bark." Like, that's weird, right? Why are you even having a casual conversation with a girl that is 12 years old. Now, there is evidence that showcases that they were in some type of relationship, right? As we see here, people are commenting that he has a girlfriend. Pretty sure he's dating right now. What? Yeah, her name is Celeste. So people in this Discord were aware of their relationship, which is strange. How are you keeping that a secret? First of all, you know this guy is a internet celebrity and has some influence of some sort, and yet you guys are keeping this a secret that he was talking to an underage minor that wasn't even in high school yet. These guys, you should check these guys' logs too, because how are they allowing this to happen? Here's one of another girl messaging David, "Why are you adding me? Jokes, ha ha ha," with a picture of David with the rose. And then in the next comment, we have Ben, the moderator, "I'm finna tell Celeste." And then Kate responds with, "Please, no." We could also see multiple photos of these two together, obviously indicating that they were in some sort of relationship. Here's one photo in December 12th, 2023, taken at 9:28 p.m., just a few months before her disappearance. Another one here, as well as here. So clearly there's some level of intimacy, and to make matters worse for him, he also has a tattoo that says "shh," right? Granted, Rihanna coined this a long time ago, where she also has the same tattoo, but for David and this young girl who was in the trunk of his car murdered, and them having a connection seems a little bit too close to home. It's too coincidental. There's also a lot of Reddit posts of people calling David out. I don't know why they didn't call him out a few years ago when this relationship was happening, but here is Alpha Tang Cheesecake stating this guy is a From what I've heard, my sister, who is now in 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader, let's call her C, and she would go on trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade now, and it turns out C's friend knew, and he would pay them to keep their mouth shut. C has been missing for over a month now, and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. TMZ would even report that in this one photo, David was 0.7 miles away from the victim's residence, where people have speculated that David is paying money to these young teenagers because they were blackmailing him for being in a relationship with a girl that was born in 2010. Now here's another Reddit comment that was posted on the same day the body was found in David's Tesla, right? This individual named American Strawberry says, "This guy is a weirdo. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was pimping her out. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD swept his place in the hills. I'm terrified that that's who's in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she's still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore." And as we see in the missing report case, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, last seen 4/5/2024, was last seen in Lake Elsinore, California. Too many coincidences for this not to be a reality. I think we really need to look into David and quite possibly put him behind bars, investigate him, interrogate him, do the full niner, because this situation, there's too much evidence at this point, and I'm not even done. Now it seems David has left a trail of breadcrumbs right to the murder of Celeste, right? As we see here in the lyrics of Romantic Homicide, he says, "In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you."
I wanted you to feel the emotion in this part of the song, not just to repeat the hook, but to say it in a different manner with the same feeling that the first part of it conveyed, which was in the back of my mind, but then you think that I'm going to say you died, but I say I killed you. So it's not like the thought of her is gone by itself was something that she did, it was something that I decided to do, and I killed her in the back of my mind. But it's really more of a figurative I killed you, especially in the back of my mind. I try to stress that in the back of my mind. That's why I say it so loud. In the back of my mind, you died. In the back of my mind, I killed you.
Now, granted, this was way before she went missing in 2022. Her body was found in 2025. She went missing in 2024, and I'm sure the murder happened within that time frame. But this could provide a level of insight and premeditation. Maybe he's always wanted to kill one of his lovers, and he's kind of sprinkled that in his lyrics. Now, granted, that was a bit conspiratorial, but if we look at recent videos that David has created, they're very weird, right? An example of this is a music video called One More Dance. In the beginning introduction scene, he is literally dragging a body. Maybe there's an alter ego inside of him that is blind to the world around him, who commits these heinous acts. And he even puts the body in the trunk of the vehicle, which is honestly, come on now, bro. You are literally putting it on a silver platter for the cops to see. There's also another video that came out 4 months ago where he is in the bed, which is kind of resembling a crime scene of some sort. Maybe he is planting the seeds of where he possibly murdered Celeste. I mean, there's just so much artistic interpretations of a murder in these videos, and even in some of them, he has girls that are portrayed that look very eerily similar to Celeste. I mean, look, here's another artistic representation of a murder that happened on a bed, similar to that other video that I just showcased. Like, these are aligning into a fucking trap. He's creating some Riddler enigma piece with these. Like, is that what's going on here? Do we have to decipher these? Do we have to put them together like a fucking puzzle piece? What is he doing? And another addition to the many of weird coincidences, to the point where it's not even a coincidence anymore, it is just fact, right? David sings in a song that he titled Celeste. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there in the title. Where he states in the lyrics, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed. Oh Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed. But you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed. But I digress. Because, brother, she was 13. She was 12 when you met her. What are you even talking about? How are you engaging in any level of intimacy, any conversation with a minor? You need to be locked up just for that alone, brother. Even if you didn't commit the murder, he needs to be put on some sexual assault charges. He needs to be registered as a sex offender at the very least. Now, granted, what could happen is that they find out that he was not in the vicinity when this murder happened. I'm pretty sure they could trace back to when this murder happened and discover that, hey, you know, he was in fucking the UK when this happened. He couldn't have done it. And that is enough evidence to direct this entire case into him being innocent, not coming to the fact that he could have hired somebody. I mean, he is making bank at the early age of 20, right? He could have hired somebody to do it for him. Now, once again, I am making conspiratorial speculations, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, he canceled the rest of the tour, and another reason that I believed he did it, or at least was connected to it, or had somebody else do it, was because when she was reported missing, it seemed like he was just going about his life. Like, he wasn't concerned or worried. Like, this was an individual that you had some sort of relationship with, and you aren't worried that she's missing? I mean, you have this platform where you can build a campaign for her. You were aware that she was missing, and yet you did nothing. Where was the level of urgency when there was a body found in the back of your car? You're here doing cartwheels on stage and listening to LaVey. Like, bro, this has to be the dumbest thing ever. You had a body rotting in the back of your car. You didn't think that the investigators were going to run DNA on the victim? Like, with the new technology that we have these days, they can easily identify who the young woman was. You're obviously gonna get caught, bro. They're easily gonna connect it to you. This is in the 1980s, where it was more difficult to catch serial killers. We are living in the big 2025, and it's insane to me how this individual thought he was going to get away with anything. It just makes no sense to me. It's crazy. This whole situation is fucked. RIP to Celeste Rivas, and I'm gonna end it there. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm out to another dimension. See ya.
You trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids. No, I need to.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.